Hi guys, happy Monday! I just want to make sure I'm actually in the group and not in the event. So let me refresh my computer here quick. Or let me know if you see me. Oh, I see me. Okay, good. I'm here. I'm going to turn off the comments so I don't become a squirrel and get really distracted here. So I do have notes that I did type up so I don't miss anything. But my name is Ashley Patrick. I am the nutrition and wellness coach in this group. I will be coming live Mondays, and it should always be 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I think that's 5 p.m. Eastern. So all of September, that should work for my schedule. I am a busy wife, busy mom. So we have hockey coming up, and that just throws every schedule out of the window. So I wanted to share on being mindful about your schedule and your routine, because mine changes often, and I notice when I'm not on top of it, it's a disaster sometimes. Let's be real. So back up a little bit. My name is Ashley Patrick. I am a wife, like I said. I'm a mom to 3 kids, 3 dogs, and a cat. So at any moment, any or all of them will come breaking in here. I locked my door, so we should be good here. But I started coaching outside of here. A couple of years ago, I started focusing on like health and nutrition. And then within the last year here, I started focusing more on mindset and my workout routine and just being a little more active. I do have a illness that kind of slows me down, so I've figured out adding some things into my routine, and actually finding a set schedule, set routine has really helped me as a mom, a wife, and a person just in general. So I want to share on that today. So I don't want to take too much time, so here we go. So being mindful of your schedule is going to have to do with your work schedule and your home schedule. And the reason that I have a passion on my schedule, I seriously have a passion for it, because I work from home. I am a stay-at-home mom. I have a coaching business outside of this. I do this, and I'm a wife, and I have a lot of hats I wear every day. And I've noticed that if I don't have a schedule or routine down, that my work starts to creep into my family time, and my family time ends up becoming a lot less, or I'm less present with my family than I want to be. And my whole purpose of working from home is being present with my family. So it wasn't meeting, it wasn't matching. Work wouldn't stay at work, it would come home. Family stuff would not stay at home, it would come to work, and my work, like I said, is in my office, in my bedroom. So I'm living at my work. So there's a few things I've done that help me shut off work mode and be mom mode and a little more present. So the first thing is I schedule in my time. And some of this you're going to think is crazy that I schedule, but honestly, I've noticed if I don't do it, it doesn't happen. So first off, my me time. I recently went through some coaching also, and I found the importance of having me time separate from family time. So a few things I do for me time, or like self-care. This isn't like go on a shopping spree and spend thousands of dollars, or go on a vacation, plan a trip by yourself. Like that can be your me time, but you need me time every day. And it doesn't have to be even an hour a day. It can be 5 to 10 minutes. It can be whatever it is. It's going to be different for everybody. So take notes in here. If you have questions, let me know. But here we go. So I forgot to turn the comments off, so I slid them over. Okay, so me time is my morning routine. It does not have to be in the morning. You do not have to have a huge routine. If you want more training, like one-on-one coaching on routine, I'm going to share a little bit about that later. But basically, my me time is reading or listening to a podcast. It's an audio book if I don't have time, or if I'm driving. Sometimes, depending on the day, it's music, listening to music and rocking out in my car by myself, because that just grounds me. It brings me back. It takes my mind off everything else. Hobbies, I sew. I love sewing. I don't do it enough. I used to scrapbook. I have a whole tote of that in the basement that we'll get to someday. But I love sewing. I love making quilts for my kids. We have a project going on here at home. We're building a fish house, custom cushions because my husband just made the beds how big he wanted. So of course I can't just go online and order. So I'm going to be sewing those. Coffee alone in the morning is my me time, doing gratitude, journaling, and all of this does not happen every day, but I make sure I do something every day. Sometimes my me time is an hour in the morning before my kids wake up. Sometimes we had a late night, something, whatever happened, kids were up in the middle of the night and it ends up being 20 minutes. Sometimes my me time is after the kids ate breakfast and they're back outside. So it's like after I get to work, kind of. So I schedule that first. So find a planner. I'm trying to find mine. It's right here. I use the Rise Up planner because it's my work and everything. So find a planner. Mine has monthly that I schedule in, but then it's got hourly, weekly, daily, kind of all together. If you are not a paper planner person, do not start now because you probably won't stick to it. So if your planner is your phone that notifies you an hour before, just a reminder, you need those reminders, use that. If it's a piece of paper stuck on your fridge that you look at every day, use that. If it's your whiteboard at school where you're writing your hourly schedule and you're scheduling in everything, use that. Whatever it is, just make sure that it is something you look at daily, or it could even be something you can bring with you if you're on the go, that you can have at home but carry to work during the day or bring back home. So it doesn't have to be a huge planner. That's just what I do because then I don't lose it. So there's that. So start filling out your planner. So you're going to schedule your me time, morning, wherever it needs to fit in. The next thing you're going to schedule is your work time. And work time, when you are at school, there is school hours, right? So I want you to schedule in your mandatory time. You must be there at this time and school's over at this time. Okay? If you have like days where you stay late for meetings that are optional or volunteer things that you can sign up for, I don't want those in the schedule yet. I want your work schedule, 9 to 5, 8 to 4, whatever your work schedule is. I want you to block that out on your calendar. So I'll show you mine if I can find one. This thing is busy. But anyway, so your hours that you're at school. So like mine is, I do daycare from home also for a cousin's kids. So I will write, like Scarlett and Arthur are their names. They're here at 8 o'clock. They come about 8:15. So I block out 8 until they leave at 6 o'clock. And in there, I schedule my hands-free time. And I'm going to do a training on that so you know what that's about. But basically, I schedule time to be off my phone and away from technology that's distracting. Okay, so schedule in, block off that time. You are working from 8 to 4. Boom. Okay. Mandatory time, not extra. Mandatory meetings. If you have a meeting coming up, you need to be there at over your lunch break. Write that in. Okay? So schedule out 1 week at a time. You can pick whatever day works for you. If Sunday works for you to schedule out that week, the following week, do that. If it's a Saturday, if it's Wednesday, and you schedule like the following week, just do what works in your schedule. I'm going to tell you this, that doing it once, you are not going to be addicted to it. It is not going to be a habit. You have to do this continuously to get it a routine and get it in your schedule. So your schedule is a routine, pretty much. So you're going to do your time you must be at work. Extra volunteer hours we will do after we get the rest of these categories in. So the next thing I want you to schedule in is your family time. So you have me time, 10 minutes every day, whatever you need every day. Then it's your work time. Obviously, you're not going to schedule your me time when you should be teaching or at work, unless it works in your schedule. The third, family time. So if you sit down for meals, if mealtime is huge to you, block that out. Don't schedule anything else, okay? So meal times, they tend to be overlooked when you're rushed or stressed out. Another thing with meal times is if you have schedules as far as like practice for kids, you need to drop them off, pick up, sporting events, all that is going to be scheduled under family time. But you're going to know when your mealtime kind of fluctuates. It's going to be different every week. It's going to be different every day most of the time. Some of my daughter's practices are over dinner time, so we end up having a split dinner. My daughter and I will eat, and then we'll leave, and then my husband and the boys will eat without us, and that's just how it is. It works Wednesdays like that. So schedule in your mealtime, walks, sporting events, practice schedules, whenever you need to be somewhere else and present with your family. Okay? Date nights with your spouse. If that is going out, leaving, find a babysitter, having a date night. If that's not doable, it doesn't work always in our schedule like that. Sometimes our date nights are, we put the kids to bed and then we put on our TV show that we watch as a couple. So schedule that in. Do you know what's the worst thing to do? Sit there, a date night, watching a movie, and I'm staring at my phone, scrolling Facebook or Instagram, and my husband's over there watching the movie by himself. Doesn't really enjoy that. We've had a few arguments about that, not gonna lie. So that's also a reason I like to schedule in this time, because then I can work around. My work schedule goes around it. So bedtime routines with kids, if you do prayers, read books, schedule that in. Ours is from 7 to 7:30. Don't even try calling me. It's going to go to voicemail. If you text me, I'll get to you when I'm done. And then bedtime. I want you to schedule in your bedtime. This is crazy for most people. People say they're night owls and it's hard for them to schedule in their bedtime because they're night owls. That's just what they do. Majority of people aren't night owls. They just have so much going in their mind. They can't shut their mind off to go to bed, to get up early. Okay? So your morning routine, if you're waking up stressed out, anxious, rushing, not eating breakfast, it's probably because your nighttime routine was a little later than it should have been, right? So we as adults need to have a bedtime routine also. My bedtime routine, I do add some of my self-cares into that. So I'll read a half hour. I like to read a half hour before bed. So phone is gone at 9. I start reading at 9 and I'm in bed sleeping by 9:30. So that's just my schedule. Okay? After this is all scheduled in, you have it written out for the week. Your schedule, where you need to be present. Now you're going to go back and you're going to write in all your volunteer hours if you need to volunteer. If there's a sporting event and they need somebody making popcorn, look at your schedule. You know, at that time, at that day at that time, we have plans to go to my nephew's birthday. Sorry, that's not going to work. You know, like plan around your schedule. Because a lot of times people will say, yeah, I'll volunteer, I'll be there. And then that day comes and they look in their schedule and they go, oh, darn it, now I have to miss my daughter's hockey game. Or now I have to miss that birthday party for my nephew, that birthday party dinner. Or I've double booked this and now I have to pick between work and family. You know, so that's really, really stressful. So once you have it planned out for the week, go back and add in the extras. There are going to be times when things pop up that are pressing, like maybe there's a last minute meeting or something happens and you get sick, so you have to schedule in time for your replacement teacher or whatever it's going to be, your sub. Sometimes that'll happen. You know, it's not going to be very common, or hopefully it's not every day, but maybe you do have to take a half hour out of your night when you're watching, you're going to have that TV show with your husband, and do that work quick so that you're ready for the next day. Try not to do that, just because then once you start getting in the habit of that, pretty soon you're doing it, and then there are no family time, me time, nothing other than work, okay? What else? So find a calendar, fill out your planner, your work hours, your you time, family time, bedtime, and then everything else. Your to-do list can wait. Let me say that again. Your to-do list can wait. One thing I've noticed with my to-do list is like laundry or dishes or something. I've added 10 minutes or just something into my morning before I go to work. Throw in, switch over the laundry before you go to work. Done. Okay? Start the dishwasher, fill it before you go to work. Done. And then when you get home, if you got the kids, whatever, if you need to ask for help, we can do that. You can figure it out. But one thing I do want to say is, like, Sundays are my no work, family time only, no technology. I'm not on my phone. You're not going to see much on Instagram at all. If my stories, Facebook, I don't do much coaching, if any at all, on Sundays. Sundays are family time. And yesterday was one of those. Yesterday was Sunday, we were gone all day. But last night we did something that I haven't done in a while, and I've never done it with my kids or spouse. We grabbed a blanket. The stars were shining bright. So we grabbed a blanket to lay on, a blanket to cover up with. My daughter grabbed her telescope. Is that? Yep. Okay. I was like, did I just say that wrong? She grabbed that, brought it out, and we laid under the stars, and we had conversations. We laughed. The boys were being crazy, like per the norm. And it was a late night, but we knew that we weren't doing anything today, really. So we got to do that. And guess what? The to-do list disappeared in my head. My work plans, thinking of everything I have to do, all the stressors in life, all the planning, my mind just nonstop going. That was gone. It felt good. I was present. It felt good. I woke up refreshed, and it was a good night and a good day today. So if you get anything out of this, I hope that you find time in your schedule, your busy schedule, for the things that matter in life, that are important to you, and let you know that the to-do list can wait. It does not need to be done right now. So I do have, like I said earlier, I do have coaching that I do one-on-one. If you're looking to get more coaching on morning routines, how to customize to your needs, because everybody has a different need for a morning routine, how to make it fit into your schedule, one-on-one coaching. I have a separate coaching group that starts a week from today, next Monday, and we're going to be focusing on morning routine. So if you're interested in that, put routine in the comments, or message me on here and I can get you some more information on that. I also have a Healthy-ish with Ashley Facebook group, and that is a free group. I just do some different challenges in there. I do some giveaways. I share some mom stuff, mom life, hockey life, meals, nutrition. It's healthy-ish things. Like, I still eat pizza and binge watch Netflix sometimes. So it's just life. So I will put that link in this group, or not the group, in this video if you want to jump in that group. Let me see if I missed anything else. Oh, I do want to add, as far as schedules and your work, if there are certain things, like if you can somehow balance or get in a routine of, like, if you're a teacher and you have testing done, and plan, hey, testing, we're going to try and do Tuesdays so that I can grade paperwork and stuff Wednesday morning, okay? Or stay late Tuesday after work. Make sure that you are communicating your schedule with your spouse or other people involved, your kids. Just try and get in the habit of being like, okay, Tuesdays I'm staying late at work, and schedule that in, and then let your spouse or whoever know, hey, you need to go pick up the kids from daycare, or you need to go bring them to their sporting event, or you need to bring your brother here. You know, whatever task needs to be done Tuesdays, ask for help, delegate, okay? That takes it off of you. You don't have to do it all. The other thing too is my planner. I will once a week go in and plan for the next week, like I was saying, but every night I look at my planner for the next day, just so I remember, look ahead, like, okay, we have doctor's appointment at this time, so I can't stay after work. If something comes up, I can't volunteer, whatever it is. I need to get to work early because I never got the papers graded because there was a hockey game or whatever, so I'm going to be there in the morning. I'm going to go to work a half hour early. So I'm going to have my spouse drop the kids off at daycare or school or whatever it is. So plan 1 week at a time, but then make sure you go back at night, the night before, and just refresh yourself of the schedule for the next day. And then let the appropriate person know that schedule. So mine is my spouse. I let him know, hey, by the way, I have a live at 4 o'clock. So make sure when you get home at 3:30, you shower and get the kids the heck out of here so I can focus on that, right? So just a reminder, it helps with communication and it helps make your day run smoothly. So that's all I have. If you have any questions, let me know. And I will leave you with this. Next week, I will be back on Monday at 4 o'clock, and we are going to talk about mindless eating. Ugh. Anybody else a snacker? Do you mindlessly eat when you're in the car or wherever you're going? We're going to work on that next week. So We'll see you next week. Have a good week. Happy school starting days, all those teachers that have kids starting tomorrow. My daughter started last week and my son starts tomorrow, his first day of school. So have a great week. If you have questions, let me know. We're here for you. We're here to support you, and we'll see you next week.